Let me preface this by saying this is not what I carry absolutely everywhere I go. All this crap is for a full day excursion. Generally, I don't particularly leave the house. However, in the spirit of Zoella, I am going to show you what's in my bag. Every time I go out, I actually pack accordingly, so every time this is going to look different. So I'm going to be real with you, this video is somewhat contrived because I in fact am going to spend the rest of the day watching Netflix in my bed. However, what you are about to see is based on reality, of course. These are things that I have in the past taken with me, probably in the same combination somewhere. I have at some point in my career of being a stay-at-home unemployed daughter taken around all this crap with me to go one place or another. Let me tell you another secret. I haven't actually even used this bag yet. I actually have no idea how I'm going to drag this out for 10 minutes. Honestly, I don't believe there's anything particularly exciting in here. First, let me introduce you to my bag. I got it off Vinted for £10. It does smell like a vintage bag and the zip is actually broken. However, appearances are 9/10 of the law. I also attached this little doggy to it. His name is Brownie because I got him at a brownie camp when I was about 8 years old. It was like my first thing I ever bought with pocket money. So I take him everywhere I go. Okay, what should we pick first? Okay, the thing that immediately is just jumping out at me is this. I actually take with me everywhere I go my tiny spoon. You see how tiny it is? So cute. Heaven forbid someone gave me a tablespoon to eat some yogurt with. And I also take a fork with me everywhere I go because waste is waste no matter if it's made out of bamboo or plastic. Also, I get very special cutlery. I actually see on TikTok or Instagram or whatever calling all autistic girls, which one are you picking? And there's laid out a picture of about 5 forks and I do always have a favourite. However, I fear people are spending too much time online because they seem to have forgotten the concept of personal preference. Do not try and diagnose me, I have enough of them. In fact, my psychiatrist did try to diagnose me with Asperger's when I was about 14 years old. Turns out I'm just a little bit odd and very good at maths, so leave me alone. This is my favourite fork, very plain, very simple, and this is my tiny spoon. It brings me great joy to eat things with such a tiny spoon. And I wrap them in a napkin because I hate my bag getting dirty. Once these have been used, they will be wrapped up safe and sound. What's next? Water bottle. There is in fact no water in it at the moment. As I said, I'm not actually going anywhere. Were I to be going somewhere, it will be filled with water. In fact, that's a lie. It will be filled with Ribena. I am solely a squash drinker. I also got this sticker, "My tummy hurts," I got from Ian Charms. That's my water bottle. This is dried figs, in case I get a little peckish, in case I get a little hungry. Instead of getting incredibly irritated by absolutely everything, I will just have a snack. And these are a great snack. Dried figs. They last for ages. They're in their own little bag. They're not messy. Fantastic. Maybe even yum. This is my little tin. It says Strepsils. It says Strepsils throat lozenges in it, but bam, no lozenges to be found. It's actually my medication. I can't be asked to get it out right now. I keep it in this tiny little box because I think it's really cute. This box I actually found in a Cluedo box that I got from a second-hand shop. I bought a Cluedo board game from a second-hand shop and the thing that all the weapons were held in was this throat lozenges thing. It's the perfect size for all my meds, so fantastic. Big one. Ooh. Save that for later. A tote bag because bags now cost 20p or something and they're bad for the planet. So I bring my own. It's also made of fabric so it folds up really tiny and I can carry it everywhere. Fantastic. A sock. Now, on the outside, yes, indeed it is a sock, but on the inside, it is in fact my keys. Now let me tell you why I keep them inside a sock. I keep my keys inside a sock because, in case you haven't noticed, keys are rather aggressive looking. When I was in high school, I used to just keep my keys in my bag because I didn't particularly care about my high school bag. But what happened was the lining of my bag got absolutely ripped to shreds and destroyed my bag essentially, and things would fall inside the lining and get stuck in between the outer material and the inside lining, and I'd completely lose them and just wonder where all my lucky pennies would have gone. So now I keep my keys inside a sock so that it doesn't destroy the lining of my bag. Seems rather clever to me. Next on my list is this eau de toilette. Moringa by Body Shop. I like floral scents. Absolutely splendid. Heaven forbid having a musky scent is just not me. I'm not particularly romantic. I'm more youthful and spring-like. Here we have some noise cancelling headphones. Allow me to demonstrate. Sorry, what was that? Absolutely perfect. I live right in zone 5, so I do have to take the tube into London. These are absolutely fantastic because I cannot stand the rattling of the Northern Line. It's absolutely horrendous. Actually, walking down a busy road is pretty horrendous to me. I listen to podcasts. I'm an avid podcast listener. These honestly save me because I get so overwhelmed by loud clattering noises and things like that, so I just drown them all out with these. If you don't have noise cancelling headphones, invest, because I would say that I take these probably everywhere I go. Couldn't recommend highly enough. What else have we got in here? Do you want to guess? I'll give you a minute. They're dog treats. Where I live there are a lot of foxes and I like to feed the foxes whenever I see one. If I'm walking around at dusk, or heaven forbid, very early in the morning, dawn some may call it, I will feed the foxes with some dog treats. I think it's quite nice. A stylus and a pen. You never know when you're gonna have to write something down. I frequently find that I need to write something down and no one has a pen, so I'm the supplier. And also a stylus because I like to draw on my phone. I don't read books. I have enough trauma from reading textbooks cover to cover. Instead, when I'm on the tube or on the bus or anything, I draw with my little stylus on my phone, and that's the pen. I think this is the final thing. Oh no, there's one more thing. Penultimate item is a container. As I have not gone anywhere, it has has nothing in it. I often find that I just need to pick something up and I don't want to dirty my bag with it. So maybe it's like it's a food sample that I want to share with my beautiful mother when I get home. Maybe it's a rock that I think is really pretty. It's a flower that I don't want to destroy by just putting it in my bag. So I bring a container to trap them and make sure they don't get destroyed. I think it's quite clever. But I am quite clever, so no surprises there. Final thing. Chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum. I don't actually like chewing gum. Chewing gum actually makes me really bloated, so I don't really do it very often. But if I am having a conversation with another member of the human race, I think they're quite useful. Or quite pleasant. Not necessarily useful or unuseful. It's just quite a nice touch. I don't know. I think that's it. Do you want to have another look? Very cutesy, very demure. Very mindful. Is that how these kind of videos go? I'm not particularly sure. I didn't do enough scientific research. I hope you enjoyed. That's all I have time for today. Maybe I'll go somewhere special today, actually, and not just rot in my bed. It is a Sunday, so all the shops close early. I do hope you enjoy. Love you so much. Bye.